What up guys, Nakamoto Crypto here. So today I got a different one. DeFi in general, that's what I want to talk about over the next decade. What is going to happen with DeFi and that whole market. With that being said, stay tuned, like and subscribe. Let's get right onto it. So before we do that, I want you to check out this video that I came across on the internet, and I want to touch up on it, and then we're gonna hit DeFi. Check this out.
Is it possible to retire in 7 years starting with $0?
If you start from zero and you save half of your wage and you invest it into a global index tracker, then you can retire in, I believe it was just over 15 years. And if you save 75%, you can retire in 7. And that just blew my mind.
So you heard the man. 7 years, that's all you need. If you save half of your wages, put it in some index tracker like what this guy is saying, and then you can be retired and offset for life. Or even, it could take up to 15 years if you save up a little bit less. I'm talking about, that initial 75% of your wages. My question is, who can do that? Like, who can save half of their wages? Who amongst us can do that, like on a weekly basis with all of these expenses, cost of living going up? Can you save 50 to 75% of your wages weekly? These men don't realize that, that's why they were flaming him in the comment section, because cost of living, man, like he don't realize that you have to pay rent using your wages. You have to live, you have to eat, you have to clothe yourself, you have to do shopping, you have to help family, you have to, also save up, and then savings will come along. That is why most people are behind and they're trying to catch up, because these people think that, it's easy to just come up with savings. It's easy to just say, I got paid this week, so I'm cutting off 50% straight into investments and then leave off the other 50%. It's not easy to live on half of your wages doing all of that stuff. Rent, mortgages, some of you got family, some, there's real life situations. So it depends on your situation. Don't just watch any video on YouTube. You think you can save half of your wages running around out there, putting it into some index fund and investing. And these people are so far behind when it comes to just crypto adoption, because all of this mess that he's talking about, you can be rich in crypto just following the Bitcoin 4-year cycle. I'm talking about within a decade, within 2 halving cycles, you would have gotten, if you missed the first one, the second one, you would have made some money. I came in Bitcoin 2017 late, and then over the next 4 years I made some money, and then within the next 4 years hopefully I can double that amount. So instead of thinking, oh, we're gonna become millionaire like this, like that, what if you just 10x to 20x your money, or 30x or 40x, depending how much money you put in there. So that's why I always preach, what is your target selling point in crypto? Don't just look at dashboard money and look at your gains thinking, hey man, this is good, but then the market crashes. So if you have a target selling point in crypto, of course you are going to make it. It's not about becoming a millionaire and financially free and independent all the time. If you can, there's a way you can play it safe in the market and still make a ton load of money, still make a killing with crypto. And that brings us into DeFi. Obviously, if you are into DeFi, you are super early, because you see these guys talking about index trackers and index funds. They're not even into crypto yet. So definitely you can become richer way faster than 7 years in DeFi. 100% truth. You just got to know how to play the game. You got to play it safe, play the game, and stick with your unicorns, and hopefully you'll make it. I came across this great article written by Forbes, and it literally says how DeFi will reconfigure the entire financial ecosystem, meaning financial services. This will happen over the next decade. So they reckon, DeFi is pretty much bankless, the bankless digitization of Wall Street, and there are no intermediaries with DeFi, no excess fees. DeFi is just code. That's what it says. Transaction processing, settlement payments, and transfer of ownership. That's all it is. Peer-to-peer, completely decentralized, which is absolutely brilliant and amazing. Look at the projects that I was talking about that they praised into DeFi that are doing well to this day. Aave, MakerDAO, Compound, you name it, Uniswap. That's another one of them. It revolutionized the game. But with Ethereum's high gas fees, of course, people are transitioning from Uni to now the Binance Smart Chain, which is great. Synthetics assets, I've talked about this a while ago with synthetics. If you remember, there's a man on YouTube. His name is Tika Tiwari. He used to do these 5 coins to 5 million calls. He would call out these altcoins that have the potential to explode. He was doing this before the bull market, 2018 and 2019, and he was selling these courses, right? So he would come around and find these unicorns and he would talk about them. One of the coins he was talking about was synthetics. Synthetics exploded in 2021. Of course, it's back down to like $3 or something like that. But look at DeFi. Avalanche is up there. Uniswap is up there. Of course, Terra Classic, Aave, synthetics is right here. Coin number 62 in DeFi, and it's sitting at $3. At one point, I think this exploded above $10 or something like that. When he was talking about synthetics, it was less than $1. So definitely there are protocols where you can make it. So and on top of that, you have your smart contract plays. You have all these other DeFi platforms, Drip and Elephant and all these other ones. Ooze, there's Furio, there's so many of them that are paying you actually passive income daily, and they're still sticking around. So as long as the protocol is still sticking around and is paying you good money, why not? You have a faster chance of multiplying your wealth like that, and then you can sit on your layer ones. Your layer ones would pump the halving, and then there you go. You made yourself rich within 2 to 3 year frame. These guys, whatever they're talking about, they're not even into crypto. Like, they so far behind, they have to catch up. So there's a way to get rich faster in crypto, but you just gotta play the game right, know how to play it, know how to use risk capital, and make yourself way richer than waiting on a stocks, bonds, and mutual funds and things that will pump over the next 15 years, and trying to tighten your belt to save half of your wages just to retire early, when you're gonna look back and realize you could have done this a long time ago and got way richer way faster. I've seen it happen in crypto. I've been in this crypto game for 5 years, and I've seen it happen. I've seen people got rich. I've seen people got rich overnight. You know, the guy who bought $8,000 worth of Shiba Inu and become a billionaire overnight. He had so much Shiba that he couldn't even sell, because if he sells, he tanks the price. So he has to like sell a little bit here and there, because he just can't sell off all at once. And he's still a billionaire to this point, because he bought Shiba when it was less than nothing, pretty much next to nothing to where it went. Some guy became a Dogecoin millionaire overnight. Many people became Dogecoin millionaires, and also, you know, people made millions with Cardano, with Ethereum. Every single layer one project people have gotten rich off of super fast. So DeFi is definitely the like 1% to 0.1% of the masses in crypto. And most people who get into crypto won't hear about DeFi until much later on. They will discover it. People are talking about Web3. So this article is a great article to give you an indication of where DeFi is headed over the next 10 years. I think it is able to disrupt the entire financial ecosystem. And, you know, the banks are going to try and fight it off, but eventually they will join it. If they can't beat DeFi good, they're gonna join it, definitely. That's why they're running around creating central bank digital currencies. That's why I'm heavy on coins like electroneum, for example. Richard Ells just tweeted this, the founder of electroneum. He says UK economic secretary commits to making the country a crypto hub under the new UK prime minister. And this is why I'm heavy on electroneum, because people are sleeping on them, and they are coming up with DeFi, smart contracts, and all of that. If whatever they plan pans out, then definitely all of these banks are gonna partner with the cryptocurrencies that are compliant. They're doing their KYCs, they are running around trying to legitimize themselves. The banks are gonna stick with these ones like electroneums, the quants, and the stellar lumens, and the XRPs, and that. The banks are gonna want to stick with them because the banks have billions of customers on board, and they want their customers' funds safe. So they're not going to come in here guns blazing and say, oh, let's join Splasive or Piston Token and expose billions of their customers into Piston. So to join DeFi, they're going to have to go through the crypto compliance first, and then those would have projects under them, and then you're gonna have what you have, because banks are always after protecting their customers' funds and all of this mess. That is why the ISO 222 is important. Now, when it's gonna take effect in November, you're gonna check the cryptocurrencies that are compliant. Now, nothing of that would happen, of course, but It's also tied to Swift, so you're going to want to pay attention to those. There are just a handful of cryptocurrencies who are trying to go compliant, trying to go the legit route. Those would have less headaches with the banks. The banks, they carry the monetary system. Most of the money in the world is tied with these banks, and these banks have billions of customers once again. So definitely DeFi is here to stay. DeFi is here to revolutionize the globe, and I think over the next decade it's going to take over. But it has to do it by being compliant, by just, no more rug pulls, no more scams, no more none of that crap. They need to legitimize themselves, and we become our own banks now. Once we become our own banks, the banks on board us kind of work together and everybody make their money. This is how crypto can win. This is how mass adoption can happen, by working with the banks, because they have all the customers. DeFi doesn't. DeFi only have a handful of people. People slowly are growing. They're navigating towards DeFi, but it's going to take longer for just retail to jump in, because if with crypto, right, after every bull market ends, there's always that crash that leaves maybe 80% of retail leaving crypto. And out of that 80%, maybe a handful of 40% will never return or look back to crypto because they think it's over, it's dead. Bitcoin dies every 4 years, taking down the entire market with it. Retail usually doesn't trust crypto. When crypto goes down, they all call it a scam, let alone, DeFi projects and people getting hurt with rug pulls and scams and all of this mess. And most of them, they actually don't return into the space because bad experiences. But those who stick around during a bear market, those who buy when everyone are running away, those who become greedy and keep picking up on some of these coins and tokens and projects, those are the people who will shine in the next bull rallies. With that being said, let us know, what are your thoughts on DeFi? Do you think DeFi is gonna revolutionize the globe over the next 10 years? Let us know in the comment section below. Like up the video, share it, subscribe for some crypto content. I have been Mr. Nakamoto Crypto, and I'm out.